Welcome to the Explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled to have you here today, mostly because we're going to be looking at something that literally makes or breaks your local search dominance. We are going to build the ultimate step-by-step structural blueprint for multi-location SEO landing pages. If you've ever been pulling your hair out trying to figure out exactly how to lay out a website when your business serves way more than just one single town, well, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it.
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How exactly can your business target multiple cities, multiple zip codes, and massive regions without completely ruining your user experience or totally confusing Google crawlers? It's a super delicate balancing act. Doing it wrong? Well, that can cost you massive amounts of organic traffic. But doing it right? That unlocks entirely new markets for your business.
So here is our visual roadmap for today's Explainer. Think of this like a top-to-bottom scroll of the perfect web page. We've got 1. The parent page mission. 2. The geographic hub. 3. Services and core CTAs. 4. Centralizing social proof. 5. FAQs and extra real estate. And finally, 6. The cardinal rule.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the parent page mission. Okay, let's dive into this. Before we even look at specific page elements, we really have to shift your mindset away from those lazy, outdated SEO practices. Your parent directory page, usually that main/locations URL on your site, is absolutely not just a dumping ground for links. It's a structural hub, and it serves a massive dual purpose. First, it has to be a highly efficient traffic director for your human users, getting them exactly where they need to go. And second, it must act as an absolute authority hub for search engines, passing down valuable link equity and topical relevance to your specific city pages.
You know the old method. We still see it way too often. It looks like an abandoned GeoCities page from 1998. Just a boring, ugly list of blue links pointing to different cities. Let's be real, that provides zero value to anyone. The new, modern method is to treat this page as a dynamic, high-level overview of your entire geographic footprint. You're actually telling a visual story about where you operate, keeping users fully engaged rather than forcing them to decipher a giant wall of text.
Moving right along, let's scroll down to Section 2, the geographic hub.
As we start our top-to-bottom scroll of this perfect page anatomy, the user experience at the very top just has to be entirely frictionless. They need an immediate, obvious way to find their specific city. The absolute best way to pull this off is with a strong, highly visual map. We're talking about an embedded, customized Google map that drops bold, visible pins on all of your active service areas or physical offices. And, paired with that visual map, you need clean, logical categorization of your locations so people can just click and go.
Now, your categorization strategy really has to adapt based on the sheer scale of your business. If you only serve, say, 3 to 5 cities, keep it easy. Use a simple grid of visual cards highlighting the city names with clear view location buttons. But if you're targeting dozens of cities across a massive state or region, no way. A simple grid becomes an absolute nightmare for the user. Instead, you've got to categorize those links alphabetically or group them logically by region or county. Think Pinellas County locations versus Hillsborough County locations.
Next up is Section 3, Services and Core CTAs.
Scrolling down to the middle of the page, this is where we need to remind the user of your core business value. Keep in mind, some users are going to land directly on this parent page from a Google search, so they need to know what you do right away. You need a brief, benefit-driven overview here, but notice the distinct difference in the strategy. On the parent page, you want to focus purely on the big picture, your overall service standards, company-wide warranties, your overarching mission. Intentionally save the hyper-local details like specific street names, local landmarks, all those little nuances for the deeper individual city pages. Basically, don't blow all your localized content on the main directory hub.
Right below that brief service text, you need a multi-location call to action. You want to make it incredibly easy for someone to convert directly from this hub page without forcing them to click any deeper into a city page if they're already sold. If you're a service-based business, use a unified dynamic booking form or a massive, prominent Get a Free Estimate button. If you're a brick-and-mortar setup with physical offices, clearly display a primary phone number marked up with local business schema, or better yet, use a smart routing tool where they just punch in their zip code to instantly find their nearest office.
Let's talk about building trust in Section 4, centralizing social proof.
Listen, you can't just type out some text saying, "Hey, we're great." You have to prove it.
You want to embed a unified review widget right onto this parent directory page. The magic trick here is pulling a continuous live feed of 5-star reviews from across all your various Google business profiles, not just from one single location. By doing this, you are dynamically showcasing a massive wide net of trust to anyone visiting the page.
And this brilliantly illustrates the exact type of review you want to actively highlight. Seriously, don't settle for those generic "great job" reviews. Feature stellar testimonials that explicitly mention specific local cities. When a new user reads, "Matt was fantastic in Tomball," it sends a massive subconscious signal of local trust and authority for that specific region. It proves to the searcher that you are a real, boots-on-the-ground local presence, not just some faceless national brand.
Moving down to Section 5, FAQs and extra real estate. As we reach the bottom of our page structure, this part isn't just about being helpful. This is actually a brilliant insider tactic for completely dominating search engine results. You should absolutely include a short 3 to 5 question FAQ section down here. But because this is the global hub, keep the topics broad to your entire service area rather than hyper-focusing on specific products. Use broad questions like, what areas do you currently serve? Do you charge a travel fee for locations outside the main city? And how quickly can you deploy a team to my location?
But here is where the strategy goes from good to, quite frankly, a total game changer. You absolutely must add FAQ schema markup to these specific questions. In your site's code, this structured data communicates directly with Google, pulling your answers right onto the search results page itself. Especially with the massive rise of zero-click searches lately, you are literally stealing visual space and pushing your competitors further down the page before a user even clicks a single link. It's huge.
And finally, Section 6, the cardinal rule.
All right, we've reached the end of our page scroll, but I need you to focus here for a second. We are breaking our spatial narrative for a really critical warning. I literally cannot overstate this enough. The cardinal rule of content is absolute clarity. You must never, ever copy and paste the exact same text from your main homepage onto your parent directory page. And you definitely cannot duplicate this directory page's content onto your individual city pages. Every single page in your URL structure requires completely unique copy. No exceptions.
So, the crucial point is understanding self-cannibalization. If you use duplicate content, you are walking right into a wildly destructive SEO trap. Identical content totally confuses search engines, causing your website's own pages to literally fight each other in the rankings. Instead of ranking number 1, they both just end up buried on page 4. Make no mistake, duplicate content will completely destroy all the hard structural work we just outlined today.
So, I'm going to leave you with this challenge today. Go look at your website right now. Is your parent directory currently self-cannibalizing your local rankings because of lazy copied text? The structural blueprint to fix it and build a true authority hub is right here in front of you. But once this hub is built, how do you actually generate completely unique hyperlocal copy for 50 different city pages without totally losing your mind? Well, that is a puzzle for another explainer. Thanks so much for joining me on this one, and I'll see you next time.